Was I over?
No, you were just under.
Really?
So, comments, thoughts, ideas on content or style? Tyson, go ahead.
I like the test, but I think that the test took a lot of time out of her presentation. I think if she did it like at the end, be like, hey, do this on your own, because really you'll want to know what this is, but don't take out of the presentation. But then that could also be depending on the presentation itself, because is there a lot to go over? I mean, was this necessary to take up the time it did?
Well, and you just said something that I think is a really good question to ask ourselves. There is a lot to go over. And think about what the comments we've made about, are we trying to create a teacher-centered environment, or are we trying to create a learner-centered environment? If it's a learner-centered environment, are we really trying to go over material? I mean, granted, there are certain departments here on campus, or certain classes, they do have to cover X amount of material, like because of certain requirements. It could be for even a certification exam, like in nursing or something like that. But the way that you approach it doesn't have to be with that mindset. I mean, there's a certain reality, but I mean, what do you want the students to be able to do? And these three topics, or these two topics, personality tests and learning styles, I know, like in my 1000 class that I taught this morning, we did personality tests this morning. We'll do learning styles tomorrow. So that's a lot of awesome information. And the question is it what's too much to cover in whatever period of time you have? And ultimately, that's for you to decide as the facilitator.
Well, I just put it in the center because we were going to move on to different things. I did try to give a little bit of time, but I don't want to take too much time on it. So I kind of gave it to you to do it on your own at the same time. You know? But because if we all did it together, then I think that would take a lot longer. But what was I going to say?
I like the survey because it engages the learner. It engages them in doing something hands-on, and especially if you're talking about the VARC, you're allowing them to do something kinesthetic. And so it's actually potentially modeling something. But it all depends on what your objective is. Do you want to engage your learner that way? If you don't, then maybe a lecture style is going to be more important. It just depends.
I've never taken the color code thingy before, so I liked how you showed the video and how we're able to kind of watch that. One thing that I did notice was, this is obviously a technical detail that started going without you, and I'm not talking about that. One thing that you probably could do in the future is like kind of introduce the video with something like, here's what I want you to learn out of this, or everyone pay attention to this, or something like that. So.
What I think would be kind of awesome is showing like the color code personnel, the colorcode.com. If you showed that website, I think it would like motivate the people that just the website itself didn't motivate to go to that. Because that website, I'm sure, is a really cool, I'm actually on it right now, but it's a really cool website where you learn about your color code and just like, and I think that's one of the things that's a little bit more quantifiable for you is you're getting people to go into an action, go find your color code and stuff like that. So that might be a fun little thing you can kind of stick in there and be like, hey, go to this website. And then people will say, I'm going to go to that website. That's a great idea. So.
And the idea of asking someone or a group to do something beforehand, I do that a lot in other settings. Say, read this beforehand, come prepared to discuss this. Or do this survey beforehand and come ready to discuss. That can be a great way to engage and save time as well. Obviously, you didn't necessarily have that luxury. Although if that's, I mean, in this case, since we randomly select, it'd be hard to do. But that is a good way to do it.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways you can find out personality types and tests and stuff. My aunt has this book that she read, and there's even a store where the lady says that you wear certain types of clothing if you're this certain type of personality. And there's actually a store you can go to buy like that type of clothing that your personality is. I don't know. I haven't been to the store, but I've seen it. Yeah.
Have you read the book The Divergent?
I haven't.
I just barely read it. I don't.
It's a good
recommend
movie.
it. Is it a good movie?
It's a good movie.
I was upset with the book, but like it's kind of reminds me of that. Like people are taking a personality or taking a code and then like just focusing entirely on that without focusing on just the store thing, not the test itself.
Yeah.
But without focusing on all the other virtues. Because like if I wanted to go masquerading as a red, or I don't even know if I am a red, but then when I go to that store and buy those personalities, sorry, I'm just thinking like a.
No.
That's so good.
No, I know. I kind of wanted to go inside one day and just kind of see what it would be like, to see if like that's even something I would wear or something. Because everybody's different. So.
Any other comments? Questions? Thank you, Haley. Well done.